Welcome back to PA Harness Week. I'm Jennifer Sherlock, and I'm here with driver Andy Miller. He'll be driving Lucky Jim in the Big Breeders' Crown coming up a week from this Saturday. So Andy, tell me what it's like to drive Lucky Jim.
Lucky Jim's an awesome horse. He pretty much knows his way around the racetrack and knows what he's got to do to win. And he's been a super horse, and we're just hoping for good things.
And what's your competition that day?
It's the Breeders' Crown, so there's obviously a lot of competition. Enough Talk's in there, Slave Dream. They haven't drawn it yet, but it's a very good field.
And just being out there, the excitement that day, what are your chances, or what do you think are your chances to hoist a big trophy?
Obviously, my goal is to hoist that trophy, but we'll take it as it comes. Hopefully, we have a good draw and the horse shows up good that day, and then all will be well. But we'll see how it goes.
Are you excited? It's in the Poconos?
Yeah, it's going to be great. They have all the Breeders' Crowns on one night. It's really something to see.
You heard it. Be there Saturday, October 9th. It's the Breeders' Crown held at Mohegan Sun and Pocono Downs. I'm Jennifer Sherlock. Now back to Heather and Steve in the studio.
All right, the 8th race at Harris Chester, the significance of that particular race was that I called it. Yeah, that's right, me. You got that? Me, I called it. That's right. All right, it had been about 15 years since I called a race, and James invited me and a couple of other guys. It was called All-Star Announcer Day. I never mentioned it because if I sucked, I didn't want to let anybody, I didn't want to say anything about it. But anyway, yeah, okay. All right, it was the 8th race. It was for non-winners of 19,000, last 5 starts, some good horses. Fashion Heart was the 3-2 choice with CC Driver. Southern Alley was 2-1 with Yannick Gingras, and Shuby's Place with Dave Miller was 3-1. And here's my call.
Did it go? Quickest away, Don't Fool Me Now. Takes the early lead. On the inside is Z Barber second. Firing on a delayed move from the outside is Shuby's Place. Shuby's Place on the first turn goes by and gets the front. Don't Fool Me Now back to second. Here comes Southern Alley on the outside, parked in third. The gap is 2 back to Everlasting Pride in fourth. They come around that first turn up toward the quarter and cut that first quarter, and 27-1 come by the stands the first time. From the outside, that Southern Alley grabs the top. Shuby's Place is second. Don't Fool Me Now back to third. Everlasting Pride is fourth, followed by Fashion Heart in fifth. To the outside comes Cyclone Cully, and at the end is Shakerosa. They come up the clubhouse turn toward the half-mile pole, and in front, that's Southern Alley. Cut the first half in 56 flat. Now the real racing begins. Southern Alley is out there by a length and a half. Shuby's Place stalks the pace in second. On the inside, that's Don't Fool Me Now in third. On the outside is Cyclone Cully now fourth. Don't Fool Me Now back to fifth. Shakerosa starts to move up from the outside as the field heads up toward the 3/4. It's still Southern Alley on top. Length and a half. 3/4 and 124 flat. That quarter a flat 28. Come around the final turn. It's Southern Alley out there by that length and a half. Shuby's Place is second. Stalling on the outside. Third is Cyclone Cully. They come off the turn. Top of the lane. Southern Alley shows them her heels. Opens up a quick 3. On the outside, Shuby's Place is closing in. Along the inside, Don't Fool Me Now. But in deep stretch, it's Southern Alley.
There was. Was I rusty? Maybe a little bit. 15 years. Was it like riding a bike? Not completely. Riding a sulky? Maybe a little bit. But it was a heck of a lot of fun. Now, here's the kicker, okay? Just tell you this. Southern Alley won the race. Shuby's Place was second, and Shakerosa was third. Now, let me just tell you, when I looked at the entries for this race I was going to call, 3 horses leaped off the page. Didn't jump, leaped off the page. Who were they? Southern Alley, because my daughter's name is Allie. Shuby's Place, because my father-in-law's favorite word was Shuby. And Shakerosa, because that horse is owned by, hello?
My mommy.
Thank you. And trained by?
My stepdaddy.
Thank you. So I said, I must pound these. I got to pound these 3 horses. So divine intervention comes through. God looks down and says, hey, Schmucko, pound these 3 big time. You know what I had on these 3 that came in 1, 2, 3? $1 exacta box and 4 to win. You know what I made on the race? $16 and change. Can you say Schmucko? Thank you.
The most interesting part of that story is that God calls you Schmucko. Wow, who knew?
You know what the problem was? Is a lot of folks who are watching the show will know. I didn't make a lot of money because I was a gelding. Thank you. We went out to Delaware, Ohio for the second leg of Pacing's Triple Crown, and as usual, it was a great race. What makes this race so unusual? What makes it so unusual? You got to win 2 heats, right?
That's correct. You have to win 2 heats in the same day.
Okay. And we should also mention that the winner of the first leg, or the first jewel of Pacing's Triple Crown, was One More Laugh, who won the cane and was also in this particular race as well, naturally.
That's correct, yes.
Okay. In the first elim, Rock and Roll Heaven won it at 2-5 and 149-2. He is smoking hot. In the second elim, Classic Rock and Roll with John Campbell won it in 150-4. And in the third elim, it was I'm Gorgeous and Andy Miller who got the win, who beat Rockin' Image by a head, and One More Laugh was third.
Yes.
Okay, which brings us to the final.
All right.
All right. And in the final, Rock and Roll Heaven went off the favorite naturally. He was 1-5. Classic Rock and Roll was 9-2. The rest were all double-digit bombers. But the big news was One More Laugh was scratched from the final. And with the call, here he is, the voice, Roger Houston.
Down the backside, but it's Rock and Roll Heaven, the leader. I'm Gorgeous second. 3/4, 123, 27-2, and Rock and Roll Heaven starts to open up a bit. Lengthened 3/4 on I'm Gorgeous, trying to stay with him with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Racing third is Razzle Dazzle. Into the stretch they come. Rock and Roll Heaven with the lead. I'm Gorgeous can do nothing but chase. It's all Rock and Roll Heaven winning the Little Brown Jug. 149-2, equaling his world record performance in the first division.
Well, Rock and Roll Heaven took no prisoners or no chances either. Went right to the front and led every step of the way, winning the jug easily in 149-2, which was the same time as his first heat, the fastest ever in jug history. I'm Gorgeous was second at 12-1. Razzle Dazzle got third. I have to ask you one thing, though. Did you catch Roger Houston's call at the end there? He did this great Mr. Ed impersonation. He said, Rock and Roll Heaven won it in 149-2, matching his world record in the first heat. All that was missing was, hey, Wilbur. We caught up with Tim Tetrick, by the way, and we asked him what happened to One More Laugh and why he was scratched out of the jug, and he is in, of course, in the Breeders' Crown and Limbs. Timmy, One More Laugh won the cane pace, the first jewel of Pacing's Triple Crown, was in the jug and made the final but was scratched out. How come?
Well, you know, you got to win the first heat. That's the most important. And, you know, especially the way the other horse, Rock and Roll Heaven, raced. My horse wasn't on his game in the first heat. I knew he wasn't, and me and Ray talked about it, and we just thought it was the best to scratch him because we didn't want to go 3 heats. You know, if we messed up and actually did win the second, we'd have to go 3 heats, and we didn't want to do that. And I don't think he would have won anyway that day because my horse wasn't on his game. So I think it was the best move, and Ray made the decision, and I think it was the right one. Don't forget the Breeders' Crown and Limbs tonight, and 1 week away, the big event, the Breeders' Crown, live at Mohegan Sun, Pocono Downs. 12 great races. It's going to be incredible. And until next week, for all of us here at PA HarnessWeek, including my partner Heather Moffat, remember to get high on harness.
It's only natural.
Explosive Matter wins the Colonial easily. Underway. Starting fast.